Eintlik is in Redelinghuys is die sê ding mos nou ons is die Sandvelders, trots op om 'n Sandvelder te wees. Sandvelder is genoem na omdat ons gebied ons plek is baie sanderig en dit is daarvan af waar die naam kom Sandvelders. Ek is Malie Engelbrecht, gebore in Elands Bay, maar wel groot geraak van 1 jaar oud af in Redelinghuys en dit is waar my hart lê.
Die beste ding is om te kan opstaan en te kan vanmôre te kan sê, daar is nog 'n werkie, daar is nog 'n plekkie om te kan doen. Dit is ek maak dit seker te lank, maar ek wil sê dat ander wat nie so bevoorreg is nie, maar hier is nog 'n werkie. Terwyl dat die wêreld is gaan gebuk onder werkloosheid en dit en soos die meerderheid in Redelinghuys kan of vanmôre sê hy gaan na werkie toe. My naam is Christian en my van is Smit en ons is nou op Redelinghuys.
Weet jy, ek sal met jou baie eerlik wees. Ons het eintlik baie arm groot geword. Maar ons het dit nooit geweet nie. Want ons het van alles in oorvloed gehad. Elands Bay is naby, sakke vol kreef, groente, vrugte. Daar was geen gebrek aan enige kos nie. En dit was vir ons as kind die belangrikste. Ons het vriende gehad, maatjies van buurplase, Sondag was eintlik die kuiertyd. En ons het mekaar dikwels gesien en by die skool was ons saam, hier was 'n koshuis, of hy is nog steeds hier. En om kind te wees, ek het eers toe ek na 'n hoërskool toe gaan, besef maar, dit lyk vir my, ons is eintlik arm, as ek om my kyk en sien, wat het hierdie kinders, hoeveel sakgeld kry hulle, en die huise waarin hulle woon. Maar ek sal dit nooit verruil vir hoe ek groot geword het nie. Ek woon tans in die pragtige ou plaashuis, wat ook al oor 100 jaar oud is, met 'n baie mooi geskiedenis. So nog steeds is Redelinghuys, die Verlorenvlei, in my bloed. Sand tussen my tone, dis waar ek wil wees, Sandveld. Ons is op Redelinghuys en my naam is Marina. In 1863 al het die eienaar van die plaas Wittedrift, sy van was Redelinghuys, het hy grond beloof om 'n kerk te bou. En dit is dan ook na waar die naam Redelinghuys vandaan kom. Dit is na hom vernoem.
I came here for the waves, for the surf. Yeah, I'm a surfer, so there's good waves nearby here, so that was the big thing for me. I was only 25 when I moved here, so that was my big reason I came here. And I had to move because I already started with my ceramics and art, and I had a kiln and needed somewhere permanent and affordable. So yeah, that's why I ended up here, pretty much. I'm Wessels, but everyone calls me Van, and we're in Redelinghuys, on the west coast.
So if someone had never heard of Redelinghuys before, how would you describe it?
Hell's Kitchen. Very hot. It's peaceful, it's safe, it's still a bit wild. You know, there's lots of snakes and spiders and scorpions and tortoises and buck, and that's still wild, and to a degree, which is nice. It's like a healthy environment.
Ek sê altyd vir my gaste as hulle nou oor die telefoon navraag doen en hulle was nog nooit aan die Weskus nie, dan herinner ek hulle daaraan, julle gaan nou in die wilde weste in. Moenie hier shopping malls verwag nie. Hier is nie sulke goed nie. En jy moet sorg dat jy kontant by jou dra, want hier gaan jy nie altyd 'n ATM kry nie. As jy nie van brakwater hou nie, bring maar jou eie drinkwater saam. As jy hier langs die vlei gaan bly by ons, dan moet jy verseker weet jy kan muskiete verwag. So bring jou muskietgoed saam. Maar as jy hiernatoe kom, dan gaan die wêreld van jou af wegval. Dan gaan jy skielik vryer voel. Gaan jy skielik in 'n atmosfeer kom van totale vrede, eenvoud, gestroop van die opgesmiktheid van die stad en die vervelige restaurante wat almal dieselfde is, wat jy weet herhalend is van plek na plek. Hulle lyk miskien 'n bietjie anders, maar hier is jy gestroop daarvan. Jy sien net die barre Weskus en vriendelike mense wat weet dat hulle moet werk vir hulle geld, wat desperaat is om mense te ontvang. Ek is Jane Louw en alhoewel hierdie hele familie vroeër jare aan die Louw families behoort het, is ek van Namibië. Maar ek was bevoorreg om hier met 'n Louw boer te trou. So ons is nou 2 Louws wat kop aan kop betrokke is by Vensterklip.
To me, it's always sort of been the gateway. The West Coast, you know, people often say, where does the West Coast start and where does it end, you know? For me, the West Coast starts when you cross the Berg River in Vlietdrift, if you drive the coast road. And if you come up the N7, often Redelinghuys feels to me like the gateway from this side, you know.
Redelinghuys is a very strange little town, and it's amazing how many people have heard about it, even if they haven't come here. Because when you come over the rise, it's a tiny, tiny little village, and a real old dorp, which was built around the Dutch Reformed Church that recently burnt down. I think people know it because we're on the road between Piketberg and Elands Bay, and Elands Bay is one of the most famous left break surfing spots in the world. So people drive past and they see the sign Redelinghuys, but I'm not sure they would come in. And some people, you have to have a certain approach to life to want to come in, buy a property and stay. And for me, what is really fantastic is the way everyone in the village works together. And so when we built our house, we used a local building company, and it was just fantastic to see how people will always come and help you out here, which is so different to the city approach where everyone is too busy to stop and help. Whereas here, if your car breaks down, you'll have 5 people coming and lending a hand, and one will bring a wrench and the other will find a part for you. You know, it just really is a fantastic village to live in. My name is Graeme Williams, and I've recently moved down to Redelinghuys, which is a small village 2 hours north of Cape Town. The difference between city life and country life is that when you come home, or when you stop working, you're already in nature. So you don't have that sense when in the city where it's kind of you build up and you think you've got to get out of the city. You just are in the country, and you can, we're 15 minutes from the beach. We can go for a long walk on the beach. We can go climb a mountain. There's sand, bushman, rock art all around. The Cedarberg is conservancy is, it would take from doorstep to mountain walking an hour. So, what better?
Redelinghuys is definitely a place where one reconnects with oneself. You arrive here, some people arrive here and say, well, what are we going to do? Where are the restaurants? Where are the coffee shops? We don't have them here. We don't have TV here. When you're here, you're sitting outside most of the time, you're listening to the birds, you're contemplating, you're thinking about the meal. You go down to the garden, you pick your veggies, and the meals are always a slow time. It's a time for sitting, talking. As I say, you're surrounded by wonderful bird life. I mean, we're very lucky and fortunate that we've got a wonderful garden. And you know, it's a place just to think and reconnect. And people who come here, the people who enjoy coming here, are those people who can sit quietly, can sit and read, don't need to be entertained all the time. My name is Garry. I'm sitting in the barn at Redelinghuys.
For someone moving out here, well, I would say the best advice is don't come in here and try and change things and change the way things work out here, and just enjoy the place for what it is.
My advies is vir toerisme, vir toeriste is Redelinghuys is 'n baie rustige plek. Redelinghuys is 'n baie veilige plek. Jy hoef nie bekommerd te wees nie. Jy kan baie laat saans hier rondloop. Jy kan oop vensters oop, deure slaap, môreoggend is jy nog steeds in jou bed.
Well, you know, if I had to do a sculpture that depicts Redelinghuys and the people of Redelinghuys, I would do like a little Statue of Liberty, you know, woman with the thing, you know, that's what I would do. Because the people are really good people here. Yeah.